Welcome back to the Relaxing Ghost channel here on YouTube. Today we have our AEW All Out preview and prediction show. I'm going to try to run down the 10 matches we got for tomorrow night. Um, Hopefully, it's not another 4+ hour show. I think they have to try to, if they're going to put on 10 matches, try to contain it within 3 hours at least. We do have 2 matches for the buy-in, 8 for the main card. So let's get right into this. Hopefully, a few people could join me today. So let's get into this, guys. AEW's big show of the year. This is going to be a awesome show here in Chicago. One of my favorite wrestling towns. What's up, man? So, like I said, AEW All Out will be in Chicago at the Sears Center. This is pretty big. A lot of people, think Chris Jericho will win. Wow. It's pretty crazy to think. Chris Jericho is going to be the AEW World Champion, maybe. We got 2 matches for the buy-in. One is going to be another one of the casino battle royals. 21-woman battle royal. I honestly do not expect much from this. I do like the concept of it. You got your 4 suits, your hearts, spades, diamonds, clubs, and then you got your Joker as the wild card. There have been a few women announced, Nyla Rose, Britt Baker, Allie, and Brandy Rhodes. I think Awesome Kong has even been announced. The winner of this will get a into the women's championship match on AEW's TV debut on TNT October 2nd. So that's pretty big. For me, I don't know. This is kind of weird that they kind of have a battle royal as a setup to a number one contenders match. I guess it's okay. They did the same thing with Adam Page, Hangman. I'm gonna go with Britt Baker on this. I'll probably be wrong. I'll real shake my head if it's Brandy, because she should be far away from the women's title scene, at least for now. Give it to these women who actually are in this thing to be a part of this women's division, not just because you're the chief branding officer, whatever the hell that means. And whether you guys like it or not, I am going to be fairly critical of AEW shows, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. We still haven't seen AEW's full potential. We haven't seen, full storylines, full TV. We don't know what their ratings are going to look like. Is it going to be WWE numbers? Is it going to be 2 million, 3 million? Is it going to be 500,000? Is it going to be 250,000 a week? We don't know. Let's not go too crazy with this and think they're going to pull, 3.5 million or their first week. They may do that, and it's very possible they could, but don't expect that on a weekly basis. The first week, expect it to be big. The rating. The one thing I'm concerned about is the elite being pushed and pushed and pushed and going over and going over and going over and winning and winning and winning. Sure, they're the stars of the show. They need to win. They need to be in the top storylines. But I think, you know, everyone's criticism of WWE is they push the same guys. The same guys hog the spotlight. They do this, that. That's my biggest fear with AEW. It's going to be all the Young Bucks, all Cody, all Kenny. Yeah, are the guys good? Sure, but we got some other good tag teams and guys in there as well. Kenny Omega should have definitely been in the world title match. That's my opinion. Um, the Young Bucks, I'm not personally a fan of them, but I'll give credit where credit is due. They're a hell of a tag team. Coffee. So the second match on the buy-in is going to be Private Party versus Angelico and Jack Evans. I believe Private Party won a match at Fighter Fest, I believe, or Fight for the Fallen, and they will be given a bye into the first round of the tag team tournament here. So I think I'm going to go with Private Party on this one. Give them some momentum, give them some steam, give them a couple of big wins here, and let the audience know you guys are behind this team. So that's kind of my reasoning for picking them. And Helico and Jack Evans, they're really good. They just need to be pushed as a legit team. I love teams. I love tag team wrestling. I don't like just two random guys thrown together and called a team. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't work. So, for the main card, we have 8 matches. We got one women's match between Rio and Hikaru Shida. I heard someone else mention that this may be a good time to have this be the other match to determine the other number one contender for the women's title. Maybe they'll do that, maybe they won't. I've been impressed with Rio over the past few shows. She's from Joshi. She's been a part of that awesome 6-woman tag at, I believe, Double or Nothing. So I'm going to go with Rio here. Nothing against Shida. Not too familiar with her. Nothing against her, but I'm not picking her to win. Looks like we have a pretty big 6-man tag here. Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and Marco Stunt versus SCU. This will probably be a fairly good match. It seems like SCU is going to be putting a lot of guys over. You got Daniels, Kazarian, and is it Scorpio? Not Scorp. I can't even remember his name. Sorry. Third man in SCU. Scorpio Sky, yeah. So I don't know if they had a big win yet, but this will probably be really fun. Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, they're gonna be tag team champions. They need a big win here. I don't think Jungle Boy or Luchasaurus has had a win yet on AEW. That's why I'm picking them. They need a win before TV. Um, you know, AEW said wins and losses are going to matter. Maybe once we get to TV, they will. But as of right now, there's a lot of guys going in here that are 1-1 or 0-3. There's a lot of lopsided win-loss records. Darby Allin versus Joey Janela versus Jimmy Havoc. Talk about 3 guys that are winless. This is also being advertised as a Cracker Barrel clash. So we got a triple threat here. 3 guys that are just absolutely bonkers. I think this will be a hell of a match and probably match of the night. It'll steal the show for sure. I'm going to pick Darby Allin on this one. He's becoming a favorite of mine. Again, I'm not too familiar with Jimmy Havoc. I can't stand Janela. He just seems like all talk and no walk kind of guy in real. But Darby Allin, he's going to be a big star. Now we're getting into the main event matches here. Cody versus Sean Spears. This is going to be interesting to see Sean Spears kind of with Tully Blanchard. This will probably be a decent match. I've never really been a fan of Ty Dillinger. Hopefully he can kind of reinvent himself, with the this character. I think Cody should put over Spears here. Definitely should. And Sean Spears is going to be my pick. They also have a TBD announced for Cody's whoever's going to be with him tonight or tomorrow night. So Spears has Tully. Who's going to be with Cody is the big question. Not sure about that. Yeah, I know a lot of people like Britt Baker. She's incredible. Um, we got the Best Friends versus the Dark Order, and they will get a first round bye into the tag tournament. I'm gonna actually go with the Dark Order here. They've been a part of a couple of shows now. They made their debut, I believe, at Double or Nothing. I don't think the fans are too into these guys, but I think they are getting a big push. And I think if they're not the first tag champs, they're going to be probably at the top of this tournament or towards the end of it. The Lucha Brothers versus the Young Bucks in a tag team ladder match for the AAA Tag Team Championships. These guys have been side by side for the past 3 AEW shows, in which I believe the Young Bucks, well, they had their one match last time, the Bucks versus the Rhodes brothers. So had a fight for the fall, and it was Cody and Dustin versus the Bucks. Fighter Fest, I believe it was a 6-man with the Bucks and Omega. I don't think I did predictions for that. So this will probably be a match of the night for me, along with that other triple threat. But as much as I like the Young Bucks or the Lucha Brothers, I think the Lucha Bros have to retain here. I believe Lucha or Young Bucks went over 3 times, or twice they went over the Lucha Bros. So, and they did recently win their tag titles back. 2 main event matches here. Kenny Omega versus Pac, and then our match for the AEW World title. So Dean Ambrose was injured, injuring his elbow again. Pac, former Neville, is back here. Who knows if this is a one-off? Is this going to be permanent? Maybe it's just a one-off. He's also not the Dragon Gate champion anymore, so maybe they reached a deal. They just kind of kept it hush-hush. I'm going to go with Kenny Omega on this one. Omega's another guy where he's pretty much winless. He lost to Jericho. He did win that 6-man tag, and he did beat Shima, right? So he's 0 he's pretty much 1-1 and 1-2, or 2-1, however you want to see it. He's 1-1, he's lost 1, and he was a winner of a 6-man tag. And then the match for the AEW World Championship, Adam Page versus Chris Jericho. Also, there's been speculation of whether or not CM Punk will return. My prediction is no. He will not be a part of this show. As much as I would love to see that, that'd be so epic. I know a lot of fans would just go crazy. And who knows if they could even use the cult of personality or not, but if CM Punk just showed up, I think that would be the craziest moment in a long time. So, who should be the first AEW World Champion? Chris Jericho, multi time World Heavyweight Champion. He's made a name for himself for the several years in WWE, recently in New Japan. Former WCW star, ECW star in Mexico. Or Adam Page. I don't know if he's ever won a world title. Not sure what he's done outside of ROH. I honestly couldn't tell you what championships Page has won. I'll probably look up his Wikipedia later, but he's talented. He's a good guy, good looking guy. He's got a huge following, but he's like Marty Scurll. Fans love Marty Scurll, but for whatever reason, he's never been a world champ or whatever. I'm going to go with Jericho here for the first ever world champ of AEW. I think Jericho being the champion and holding that title for even a short period of time will put credibility on it right away. And whoever beats Jericho will be made. Maybe Paige wins tonight or tomorrow, whatever. And I think you do have to have a legit first world champion. That's just my opinion. And I do think they want to build to that Omega Jericho match. Another man. I also think AEW should keep Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega far apart from each other. I think Cody's a heel and Omega's a face, whatever, but they do not need to cross paths and wrestle each other a million times. This needs to be special. So when they do have a match, it's going to be an awesome match. Keep them apart for a year, 2 years, and then when they do have a match, it's their biggest match you could put on. So anyways, guys, comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on All Out. Will CM Punk return? And who's going to be the first ever world champ? Take some time. We'll talk to you later. Peace.